This is Blessings. He fell in love with Leah.
At the time, we both identified as lesbians, both female, and today I stand before you as transgender male.
Some of the judgment that we face have been more so along the lines of, you're not a real man, this is not a real relationship.
They don't know us, they don't know anything about us. It's just disgusting.
I'm gonna be calling my mom to really pick her brain to see how she truly felt about our relationship and my transition. How did you feel when I was on the corner talking to you on the phone and told you, I'm not your daughter, I'm your son, I'm transgender?
Honestly, I was hurt.
My name is Leah. My friends and family had a hard time accepting the fact that I was gay, and now my husband is trans.
Leah and I met 9 years ago at a college party in New York. At the time, we both identified as lesbians, both female. Today, I stand before you as transgender male and Leah pansexual. I first realized I was transgender in high school. I couldn't say the words out loud and I kind of just brushed it under the rug until the words that I kept inside got too loud.
This is a throwback. This was when we first started dating.
Yeah.
Like, not even dating, we were just talking, getting to know one another.
This was our first picture that I ever posted of us. Very first picture ever.
It's the smiley for me.
This is the day I proposed. We're right under the tree. The other way was the sunset. This is Timmy's graduation.
Yeah.
I was actually transitioning here.
Beginning stages, right?
I ain't have nothing. I was still wearing a binder, everything. This was the first time I went to a beach without
a top on. Yeah.
My first summer after top surgery. I revealed to Leah that I wanted to transition, I want to say in 2017. When I revealed it to her, I was nervous. You know, I was petrified. I thought I was going to lose the woman that I truly loved.
I had no idea Bless wanted to transition prior to him telling me. I noticed a shift in his mood and behavior, kind of fell into like a depression. And that's when I started asking more questions, you know, trying to figure out what it was.
The reason why I kept it in for so long, I had to be able to say it to myself before I could say it to other people out loud. And then when I was able to do that, I felt like my whole world probably was gonna be twisted upside down just because this was literally like this, boom, here you go, this is what it is. And even though you didn't meet me like this and this is not what you signed up for, you might leave me. So it was always that risk factor, which is why I kept it from her for so long.
With my sexuality, once I realized nothing's changed with the way I love him, it made me put things into perspective. And I was like, okay, this isn't bisexuality, and I'm obviously not a lesbian. So
what am I?
What am I?
What is this?
And we did some research and I found out that I was pansexual. And I never knew that was a thing up until he came out as trans.
In regard to our relationship and the judgment we receive, a lot of people, one, they think our relationship is lies. They think transgender people should not exist or don't deserve to live. They think our relationship is some sort of fluke or glitch that's not supposed to exist as well.
Some of the judgment that we face have been more so along the lines of, you know, you're not a real man, this is not a real relationship. What a strange world we live in.
Very strange.
Degeneracy, they don't know me, so how do you know if I'm a degenerate or not? No such thing as trans, just as men and women.
Personally, I'm the type of person, I don't care what people think. I learned that very early. So when he was feeling kind of down about, you know, some of the hate comments, I told him, like, they don't know us, let them hate and be and soak in their misery. With Bless's transition, there obviously were a lot of changes. Facial features kind of broadening, the facial hair on the body, him losing some physical...
like hips,
not having breasts anymore. None of those things made me love him any less. When I first met Bless, there was no problems with the pronouns, she, her, so I had to adjust. And I lived with him, so I felt like it was hard and I felt so bad every time I slipped up. When some of his features started to come in, like the facial hair and his jaw started getting a little more stronger, and I saw certain parts of his body kind of going down and he didn't have the breasts. It's like, what I look like calling you she?
Yeah, and my voice too.
And his voice started getting deeper too. So over time, it was just easy and it just flowed and it feels fine. at the beginning, when he did come out as trans, he wore like baggy shirts to avoid his chest from showing. And after he got top surgery,
My
he
test
didn't
was
need
out,
the
boy.
tape.
Before I transitioned, I had this sweater, this jacket, this hoodie. This was my go-to hoodie because it was so loose. It wasn't form-fitting, and it would hide my chest well. Some of my clothes I still have, they just fit in a way that I feel more comfortable with now.
My friends and family, in the beginning, they were a bit skeptical. They didn't know if she'd stick around or if I was gonna take her seriously. I'm gonna be calling my mom to really pick her brain to see how she truly felt about our relationship and my transition. So we're gonna ask you some questions and you gotta be honest. When Leah and I first got together, and like, what did you think about our relationship or any concerns?
Well, in the beginning, I was concerned because of the way you were. You wasn't like, let's just say, I didn't take you serious with Leah because you was in school, you was partying, you know, you was doing your thing. And then after a couple of months that I saw how serious you was, I was like, maybe she is the one that could, you know, straighten you out a little bit.
How did you feel that day when I was on the corner talking to you on the phone and told you, I'm not your daughter, I'm your son, I'm transgender?
Honestly, I was hurt. And the reason why I was hurt, like I told you before, was because I couldn't have no more kids. And the daughter that I had wasn't going to be my daughter no more.
Did you have any concerns about his transition and what that would look like?
Yes, and the reason why I was concerned because I thought we was going to go through the whole transformation. But it didn't go that way because I read up and I saw videos of what could happen, the after effect, and that worried me. But when he said that he was just going to do the breast part, I was okay with it.
How do you feel like about Leah and my relationship now today? Like,
Oh, I love it. I feel that you build a beautiful relationship. You'll help one another. When y'all go through your up and down, you know, that's only for a couple of hours and you'll wind up talking about it and building your relationship back and it gets stronger.
Bless has changed my life for the better. Just allowing me to work on myself as an individual so that way also our relationship can grow, our marriage can flourish.
Leah has definitely become the epitome of the woman that I want to be with, spend the rest of my life with. Our relationship works because we don't adhere to society when it comes to us. We do what works for us, no matter what it looks like to the outside world.